So you find yourselves about 150 yards outside of the Trexen. You recognize the city, though you usually don't see it from this angle, coming from the other side most of the time. But you still see the similar ramparts all placed up, the gates all locked and closed, still in full wartime effort, it would seem. The battle with Ofstaren is still continuing, at least to some degree, whether a Cold War or not.
I'm going to throw up my arms. Don't shoot!
Pretty immediately, you see some shock from the people here who now just see this red dragon appear out of seemingly nowhere. Pretty immediately, they start rattling into a frenzy. You scream, "Don't shoot at them!" Okay, roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna lean down into Nugget's ear and say, "Whatever you do, do not breathe fire. Maybe we should land."
Yes, I know how to control it. Immediately, I'm just gonna stop moving forward and decelerate and start to descend as well.
What was your persuasion check there, Will?
13.
Okay. You see that they definitely aim two ballista at you. I mean, they're not about to just let you approach as this red dragon. And then one man sort of pops his head up between these two gigantic ballistae, both seemingly armed and ready to go. He says, "Okay, but who is it?"
Well, it's Tick-Tick.
"I don't know this name."
You may remember me. I almost won the tournament, and I was almost lord of this town.
He looks over. You can hear him.
Am I thinking
of somebody?
Wrong town?
No, you're thinking of the correct town.
Oh.
I see. And you're come back. Why?
Unclear to me.
How far away are we from the wall?
I imagine you landed a good 100 yards away from the wall, so
yeah.
he's screaming at you, basically.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna climb off a Nugget and say, "I'm with the Inquisition. I need to speak with them. Forgive the dragon. It was our easiest mode of transportation. He's a friend."
Far be it from us to cross a dragon, but I presume the beast will not be entering the city. Be as it may, you all seem nice enough, but most of you are Ofstaren kin, no?
Not me, I say in a very clear Ofstaren accent.
We come from all over this land. Of
My
Essrex.
question still stands. The dragon will not be entering the city.
That's all right by me.
Him?
I think they mean me, Tick.
Oh, well, I could polymorph you if you wanted to come in. I could probably pull it off.
I would also not like him sneaking into my city.
Listen, I got no business going in anyways. I can hang out. I can keep the...
That sounds like a better idea.
I can be ready in case we need to make an expedient exit.
The beast will stay out here.
Okay.
So be it. You can open the gate. The gates bustle down into three different shorter, stiff walls, each about 10 feet thick. As you remember, the walls of this city are 30 feet thick. And as they slowly descend, you finally do see into the city, and immediately your eyes are a bit caught off guard from the city that was odd and almost angular. It had this weird sort of foreign vibe to it when you first entered. Now is totally barren. You don't see anyone anywhere. and many of the buildings seem to have been destroyed in their abandonment. Whatever happened here left a significant mark. A number of the buildings seem to have been like hastily repurposed, with their roofs being blasted off and then kind of hunkered down into just the bottom floor where there might be some semblance of fortification. Where you saw these towering palaces toward the back of these long central streets, they're all but destroyed.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna look down at you guys, like look back, and if you go in there and something goes wrong, shoot a signal in the sky. I'll be looking out for it.
That or you will hear my voice.
That too.
Weird Yanhorn said nothing about this.
Guys, I'm a little worried this might be my fault.
Why? What happened?
Well, I sold schematics to the other city.
You what?
Which city? Equilaza?
Tick Tick openly
Offstairs?
took counter surveillance of this city, took note of how many guards they had, what all the entrances were. He got exact dimensions of each of the major fortifications of the city, and he spent a full 6 hours noting all of the walls' weak points and points of entry.
Who did he give that info to? Who did you give that info to?
Speak, goddammit.
Will, I think you're muted.
Well, I think he's
trying to figure out who he gave that info to.
When we first started talking to him, he was looking up and to the left and speaking to somebody, so I figured somebody else came in.
Oh, maybe.
Just not very good timing on whomever interrupted him, but
Yo, new demon drop today.
Nice. Speaking of demons, I know none of you have love for the Inquisition, and if you don't want to come with me, that's fine. I understand. But looking at the situation beyond those walls, it may not be wise for me to go alone. Is anyone willing to come with me? It would be nice to have someone who can vouch for the things that I say. They are hard to believe.
I suppose I'll come with.
I think you should all go. I know sitting outside the gates staring at the sand won't be very interesting, but it's times like this, where you don't yearn for adventure. You just need to make sure that you guys succeed more than anything.
Yeah, I think maybe I should stay out here.
Right. Tick, tick. What? Who did you sell schematics of the city to?
To Ostaren, the people they're at war with.
Well, that would make sense. Why did you do that?
Well, because they were paying a lot of money. I didn't actually take any of the money. Actually, I didn't take any money. But I leveled up in the Adventurers Guild.
I'm just gonna look around like, hey, buddy, gonna...
Maybe I should go into the city.
Maybe you should wait. I don't know. You could... The choice is yours. Bran, are you coming with, or are you staying?
I will briefly mention, all of you have been banned from the city. So, that's also a thing. Lord Galen Hannah was like, you guys can't come back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We are at Betrexton, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm confused because I thought that we flew south and then teleported up to Wessinger.
Opposite of that. We flew north and then teleported south to Betrexton.
No, you teleported east of Betrexton, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys debated it back and forth, but eventually decided on
that was the other part that I was confused about. We're banned. He told us never to come back or he was going to kill us or something along those lines.
Yeah, and I bet his sense of patience is all but absent, just like those palaces. I could go in by myself, potentially unnoticed.
Yeah, it seems like the guards at least don't know. I mean, Lord Galen didn't make like a public announcement that you guys weren't allowed to come back, but he basically made it, told you guys if he ever sees you again, he's going to kill you. So,
maybe I should go. I'm pretty slippery. They couldn't nail me down.
It sounds very counterintuitive, but I think Tick Tick should go. He is slippery, and if you get caught, there's no one that's going to talk your way out of it better.
I too can disappear if I like, but I can't promise that you two wouldn't be captured. I look at Sebney and Bran.
I have my ways to escape capture.
All I want to do is talk to the Inquisition.
I could maybe help one of you. Maybe.
I'm going to start walking towards the gate.
Okay.
The choice is yours. I kind of just say to you guys as I walk towards the gate.
I will also go to the gate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
Who's going?
Everyone except for your giant dragon.
And you so far, Dan, unless you come with.
I am torn. I believe my face is probably more familiar than about anyone's in the mind of their leader. I'll hang back and keep Nugget
To be
company.
fair, we all fought him, so I'm sure he's bound to recognize us.
That is true. I don't think I'll poke the bear. I'll stay with Nugget.
Very well. If we need you, we'll send for you.
Hop on, Bran. We'll keep lookout.
That sounds good to
Excellent.
me.
Wait a minute. How fast can you fly in those boots? You want to race?
You're on. I take off.
Nice.
You guys go. We're busy.
Yeah, I guess we approach the gates.
Okay, you do. It's pretty clear now that you've reached the gates, looking interior to the city, where you can see where there have been very precisely placed explosive devices that have forced tunneling through the underparts of many of the walls in many places, and then it seems as though there was just a catastrophe of a battle that Betrexen apparently was not well prepared for, considering they have 30-foot thick walls. They probably thought they were safer than was actually the case.
I'm going to ask the guard, what happened here?
It was those Offsdereners. They had help from the inside or something. They came with their guild members. We stood no chance.
What about Lord Galen?
He looks a little surprised and looks over and says, "He's gravely injured, but so far alive. We've been looking for any way to get him healing, but all of the resources of the city are gone. Our healers as well."
I step in and I say, I can maybe be of some assistance.
You're a healer?
To some degree, yes.
Why do you say so? We have many, many injured.
We just arrived.
Well, quickly then. Do you follow him?
I look to Alec and I say, go do your thing. I follow him.
Okay. He leads you into this town square. If you remember, they have these really deliberately numbered A to Z 1 to 200 streets that make this perfect grid. And as you're looking down these super long streets that they never seem to be intersected by anything, it's just sort of weird almost screws with your perception of the spatial dimensions of the city. But as you move in, you do see the grand center of the city, the big square that you've been to previously, and you see it is just totally filled with cots, all crammed with people, way overfilled. Some people leaned up against walls who don't seem as injured, some people sitting on the ground, and you see 2 or 3 people scattering between them trying to keep everyone as healthy as can be. But it seems like they've basically given up on healing these people. It seems like everyone has evacuated the city, and these are just the leftovers that they couldn't move.
Sure. So quick question about bandaging and medicine. Is it one use on my end or one use per person per
person. So you can bandage, as many
Sure.
people as you want. However, it seems like these people have been bandaged. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like that is what they're doing. It would be more that you'd have to, magically heal them if you.
Yeah. I look to the guy that's with me and I say, lead me to the more. We need to separate these people by high priority.
I agree. Those that were too far gone, we've given them the peace that they deserve.
Okay. Okay. Well, bring me to the next group then. Just bring me to the most needed.
We need to bring you to Galen. It is of utmost importance that he's healed.
Oh, I agree.
Does Tick Tick go with Sebni or with me?
Good question.
Yeah, nobody invited me to either location, so I figured I was picking about.
Okay. You're just wandering through the just abandoned city streets here.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm picking
I'm
up
like-
souvenirs where I can.
I look around for Tick Tick. Like,
There's a lot of junk and rubble everywhere. So if you're just looking for random odds and ends, you have a decent luck with that. You break into some people's destroyed houses and steal their shit.
Well, it's not stealing. They're not going to use it.
That is very true. All right. So you're immediately ushered over into the center, and you see two cots are laid next to each other for the imposing figure that is Lord Galen Erhana. He's just laying there, eyes glassed over. He appears to be either unconscious or dead.
Go up and try to check and see if he is, to see which one of those two that he is.
He does not appear to be breathing.
Is he dead? Can I feel his pulse?
You feel an extremely faint pulse, but it's fading quickly.
I look to the... Was there anybody else in the room besides me? Or besides the guy that brought me in, sorry.
I mean, this is all outdoors. So it's this gigantic
Oh,
square.
okay.
I mean,
it's a
there's
massacre.
tons of people around, but there's only 2 or 3 non-injured guards trying to help as best they can. But
Sure.
everyone else is this must be those who were too injured to leave. They could not go with everyone who abandoned the city.
I look to the guy that brought me in and I say, how did this happen? I need to know everything.
As I said, it is we were attacked. It was more firepower than you could ever imagine. They must have been working with poor Scorzin. They had magical means to destroy us, and these explosives. It was.
Sure, but what happened to Galen?
He was caught in the fray. I believe that he was stabbed multiple times. I don't know. You said you're the healer.
I am. And I look to him and I step. No, I just cast Cure Wounds on him at first level to see if that gives him anything.
Okay. Yeah, immediately you see his eyes shoot open.
Or Galen. Do you remember me?
If I died, is this hell?
Let's do it. But no, you're still among the living.
He looks up and seems to for the first time recognize you. You caused this. I knew it was you.
What are you talking about?
You made me kill his daughter.
What?
Oh. And he loses consciousness again.
Oh my god, dude.
Let me... Here, I have to roll to give him some hit points. D8.
Oh my
wow.
god.
That was a pretty good roll. I rolled a 1 on that.
You did kill the Lord's daughter, or have them killed.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean the guards of Betrexen killed the Lord's daughter from offstairs.
From the place that they're at war with. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Tick Tick sold them. I mean, of course they retaliated.
Yeah, Tick Tick is kind of not going to say it's Tick Tick's fault, but he did organize the killing of the daughter and give them the
Yes.
Wait, okay. Will, did you plan that, or
I did
did
not.
that just happen? Okay, I was like, if you like schemed that, that is some elaborate
That is
next
some
level,
elaborate planned genocide on your part.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
As the
Oh my god.
doesn't even think this is his fault.
He got Galen got 6 hit points back. I don't know
Okay.
if that's
Yeah.
relative,
I mean,
but
he's certainly, still badly injured. He doesn't, he's passed out again. You think you could wake him up probably, but he's not looking good.
does he still have is he missing any limbs?
No, he's still, whole, but he just looks like he got the crap beaten out of him. I mean, you haven't taken any of his armor off, but from what you've seen, it's clear that he was in a mighty battle with all these invaders, and he came out much the worse for wear on it. I mean, you fought him. He's a strong guy, but not strong enough apparently.
Sure. I think I might use one of my level 5 spells just so I can be on his trusted side.
Okay. You also have your
Okay.
potions available if you don't want to use spell slots.
That's an excellent point.
In fact, you have so many potions, you could save a lot of people.
Oh, you did this. You schemed this, Logan. You don't want us to have it anymore.
This is going to happen no matter what.
I got you.
I mean, you killed the daughter. You gave the
Wouldn't
plans.
necessarily have happened if one of us didn't sell plans to the city to Offstaren. That
It
also
certainly wouldn't have happened had you not done that, right?
Not to the same degree. I mean, war was coming, but
Okay, so there's a ton of people in this area.
Yeah, I mean, just rough head count, somewhere in the low 30s, maybe mid 30s.
I am going to stand right next to Galen, and I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds at a 5th level. So I can choose up to 6 people. Obviously him. I mean, just 5 other random guys that, look worse for wear. Not the guard, not I, just 5 other people.
All right. It's this sort of odd experience as the sky above you ripples with this sort of immediate blackness. And you kind of glance up and you see it almost looks like clouds are rapidly shooting in front of the sun over and over again as it darkens. And this little piece of darkness falls around you and encompasses the 6 people around you, and the darkness seems to embed into each of them. Roll for the healing.
16.
Okay. So the 5 other people are all immediately healed, standing up. Like, thank you so much. Thank you. Please, my daughter, she needs healing as well. And they're all trying to get your attention. But then Galen stands up and grabs you on the shoulder and says, "Give me one reason not to kill you."
I can save your people.
Save my people. That is rich coming from you.
Galen,
These
what do you...
people would be fine if it wasn't for you and your
Okay.
friends.
I have no clue that...
No, you don't know. No.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, Galen, what are you talking about?
The daughter of Kumar Gaijin was killed on my steps of my city, and it was on your call.
She committed a crime in your city, and she was punished by your own guard.
That is not what I've recently heard. She was framed. 2 of my townsfolk saw as much. Kumar then declared us dead. Came and killed thousands of my people with clear, obvious plans written by someone in your party. I know it. If it wasn't you, I do not know who it could have been. You leave my city and not a week later, we are under siege. I told you never to come back, but I should have killed you on the spot. Help who you can. But if I ever see you or any of your friends again, just make sure I don't. He gets up and immediately starts like walking to the gates, apparently, trying to help out with whatever defenses they still have left.
I yell out to him and I say, and would you let the rest of your people die at the cost of not seeing us? Galen, I don't know what you're talking about. These plans. There may be someone in my party that could have done that, but I don't know who. It doesn't make sense for anyone in my group to do that.
They knew everything. Our patrols, our fortifications, our weaknesses. It was with such meticulous detail. It had to be someone inside the city, spending hours doing this. You're telling me you had no knowledge of this. I cannot believe it.
How can I prove it to you?
Just heal who you can. We're done.
I start going around and trying to bandage up people and whatnot.
Okay.
Just move on to someone else.
You find 3 other people that you think will certainly die without, like, magical healing. Are you willing to magically heal them?
They've already been bandaged.
I mean, you're bandaging them and you're like, no way. Like, if these aren't people that are not magically healed, they will certainly die.
Let me check one spell. I will heal them with a first level spell, but I don't know which one I want to use.
Okay.
Did we rest?
No.
I guess Cure Wounds is just a more powerful healing word, so I'll just do 3 Cure Wounds on them and be out of first level spells.
Yeah, healing word, the only benefit is you don't have to touch them to cast the spell.
Does it matter if what I roll?
No.
Okay.
So you save their lives. I mean, there are a vast number of other people who could use healing, but you think they may live. I mean, there are still some that are, having missing limbs. I mean, paralyzed and will probably never get the ability to walk back. And I mean, Betrexen is no place to live, so you don't know what the long-term strategy is for any of these people. But at least you think no one will die today.
Sure.
Does it seem like this war just happened? Like, how long ago did this battle take place?
Roll an insight check just by looking around and sort of trying to take in all.
12.
It's pretty hard to say. I mean, there aren't currently a lot of like soldiers around killing people, so it seemed to have not been like within the last couple of hours or something, but probably within the last few days.
Okay.
Probably not yesterday, but could have been the day before, maybe the day before that.
And it seems like they basically just came in, just killed a bunch of people, and then hit the road and went home. Like, we don't see any enemy troops necessarily. We didn't see any as we flew in. They just basically came, killed, and went home.
Yeah, it looks like
that was their goal, like just vengeance.
Okay. People. And it looks like a lot of the destruction wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to kill everyone. It's like, I'm going to destroy this city. Like, I am going to raze this city to the ground. I mean, there's clear, random buildings that, probably may or maybe didn't have any people in them were definitely destroyed in the process in an effort to make Betrexen just an unlivable city. I mean, it seems like the intent was clear here that it's not like, oh, we want, them to give us something, or we want Betrexen to give up the war. It's like, we want Betrexen to no longer be a city.
Yeah. Okay. Does it look like the damage is mostly done from like siege equipment and like catapults and like
magic?
Okay. God damn. All right. I want to look for the Inquisition if I can.
Relatively easy to find. You make your way, and where the Inquisition Guildhall is. So you just go there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you go there and you see that since it is mostly underground, it seems to have bypassed the majority of the beating that this city took. There is one man watching the front door. He's like across the street watching, but he looks over to you and starts walking up towards you as you look like you might enter.
I just like nod to him.
Says, "This is private property. Can I help you?"
I show him the mark on my arm, and I say, I'm here to see Amryn.
Does she know you're coming? She's been, like looks around, busy.
I don't think she does, but she'll want to see me, I think. It's important.
Is your weapon? He points to the door.
What did he say?
It's your weapon, seeming to imply that if she's pissed off, she's going to take your rank away and thereby, also remove your chain.
Okay. Ooh, no, thank you. All right. I just
Not
say,
hers to take.
yeah, thank you. I go inside.
Okay. You see people lounging around. It almost catches you off guard as this weird.
They don't give a shit. Like,
Not so much that as it is you walk in from a hellscape into like a nicely lit common room. You're like, oh, there's like comfy couches laid out and stuff. Like, odd, but it almost seems like, at least to some degree, the attackers avoided destroying this place. Whether
that kind of makes sense.
Elicit the rage of the Inquisition, because the Inquisition is obviously not probably
They're
taking sides in the battle.
Right.
It's literally an international coordination.
Cat, I swear to God, dude.
Pet the cat.
Apparently I have to.
But from coming in, you just see a couple of Inquisition members there. None of them you recognize just by looking at them, but they could have been around. You don't really remember.
I can eye each one of them. I'm looking for Amryn Yinhorn.
Yeah, she's in the back. Watch out though. She had a lot on her plate.
So I've heard. I head towards the back, I guess. I would assume it's probably the back.
Yeah. They kind of gestures, and you see the door there. Upon opening it, you see a disheveled Amryn Yinhorn with her hair, which appears to have once been pulled up into some semblance of a ponytail or a bun, is just kind of like half hanging down the side of her face, as you could see this long vertical scar that was not there last time you met this woman, now appearing on her cheek. And you can see like blackened, like soot covering parts of her face, and her robes are like totally ripped and shredded in places. She's like currently leaning over her desk looking at what appear to be some plans or papers. It's hard to exactly see. She didn't even seem to notice you walk in.
You look like you could use some good news.
What? Oh. Yeah, I think I could.
The flower, we destroyed it.
She seems to take a second to even remember what that is, and she said, "Oh, right. Oh, good. Wow, that's good to hear. So, good. That.
I realize this doesn't bring you solace for Betrexen. What the hell happened here? How come you didn't tell me?
Grade magic users happened here, and not a couple. I didn't tell you because, well, first of all, it seemed like you had other business to take care of, and second of all, there are those that fault you, at least to some degree, with meddling with politics, and there are rumors of you being soft with certain greys that you've met in the past.
Yeah, both of those things would not be 100% inaccurate, I would say. Whatever the meddling is, you should know that we acted in self-defense, and we never anticipated anything like this happening. We came to this city with hopes that there would be peace, that the cities could work together for a greater cause, nothing else. And that's why I'm here today, talking to you now.
Okay. Well, then I suppose you should be the first to know about our Polskorzen problem. It seems Headmaster Pier is who you said he was, and is now controlling a legion of grade magic users. So
Oh my god.
that's a problem.
Our list of allies is so short, I don't know how. If they leveled this entire city, I was going to come to you for help. I had no idea. I mean, we face other enemies as well. What plans do you have? What action can we take? What resources did the
I'm working on it. Okay? I'm sorry. I haven't slept in. Wow, I guess it's been nearly 3 days. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I know you're just trying to help.
It's all right. There is one thing we could maybe do. This group of chosen few are, as far as we know, gathered in Wessenjor. Is there any way? Clearly, we're outnumbered, it would seem. Ofstaren's army probably gone. My friends and I do have some resources. One of them is currently a red dragon, which is quite substantial. You should see it. But perhaps we could cut the head off the snake. Maybe there's one last ditch effort we could make to stop this chosen few from spreading any more havoc. If we kill their leaders, maybe that could end things. What do you think?
There are a few things I want more in this world than Headmaster Pier's head on a very bloody and burning pike. But I'm afraid that I won't be much use. I have a lot of things that I am trying to deal with right now. There are uprisings happening throughout Essrex right now, against our people and for those great individuals. So that is my top concern. But I'm certainly down for whatever sorts of plans you may have. I'm more than a little bit out of ideas.
If we stopped the graying by eliminating this flower, then perhaps there's no need for the Inquisition to hunt grays anymore. I mean, certainly there's no need for that, if that is the case. Our best course of action is to eliminate their leaders. There has to be some way we can take out the chosen few. If we can eliminate Master Pier and the others, then we stand a chance of at least like not all dying. I don't know, but if there's uprising against the Inquisition throughout the nation, then I don't know. Can the Inquisition consolidate in any way and defend themselves, or place an attack on Wessenjor from the inside or something? Like, we need to work together and pool our resources because we don't have enough to win.
Yes, maybe. Wessenger is in an interesting state right now. From what I hear, there is plans for some sort of coup. I assume it has something to do with your chosen few. It's possible that we could get help from Yorin. I don't know. I don't know what things are like there. I've never even been there myself.
Do you have access to Urine? Is there a way that you can speak to him as an Inquisitor? Because the chosen few plan to usurp him by bringing back an ancient grade called Dumar. Do you know anything about Dumar?
I've heard the stories, yes.
If they bring him back, they plan to either put him on the throne or one of the chosen few on the throne. That's their end goal. If we can get the king to side with us, then perhaps we stand a chance.
He's a difficult man to get a conference with. I can see what I can do. What exactly is you and your party's plan?
That's a good question, honestly. Well, we were gathering these pieces of the heart, an ancient relic that they used to bring back this Dumar. If we can collect these pieces and keep them from having it, they'll never achieve their goal of bringing him back. He's basically
pieces of the heart. You mean the crystal heart?
Yes, that's the one.
The star of the Omniweaver.
I think so. Maybe. I've never heard it called that before, but
well, this changes things. How many pieces of this heart do you have? How many pieces are there total?
I think I need to insight because I literally don't remember. Like I think
you've never heard this phrase, the star of the Omniweaver.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Actually, roll a history check.
Have I? History.
Actually, make it an Arcana check.
25. You're looking at the Arcana guy. That's what I do.
The Omniweaver is this idea more than you thought it was an actual thing that exists. But it is a way of fusing magic and certain types of technology together. And it's sort of this, at least in your readings, hypothesized invention that you could use to fuel things like advanced machinery and essentially a field that you don't know much about called technomancy.
Cool. That's awesome. I've never heard it called the Omniweaver.
Well, it's not the Omniweaver itself, but with it we could create the Omniweaver. I mean, it is the star of the Omniweaver. She seems like confused that you don't know this.
I guess maybe I never connected the dots, but I think there are 8 pieces, and I think maybe we have 5 or 6. There's only a few remaining, and they're in Wessenjor right now.
You have every piece except for the one Euron Skyrazor has.
And he's the king, right? That she's talking about.
Yes, Euron Skyrazor. Right?
Okay, now that I remember, we have all the pieces except for the one that Euron Skyrazor has. If we can seek an audience with him, perhaps he can see the urgency in this. I mean, all you need to do is explain to him to look outside and see what his city will look like if they bring Dumar back. I mean, literally, there's no time to waste. We should be formulating plans to go speak with him and obtain this crystal and do what we can to stop them.
Okay.
We're in the end game now, or something.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
This seems like something we could work with. Yeah. How do you plan on getting to Wessenger?
Either on the back of a dragon or by teleportation. But we'll probably need to rest if we're going to teleport. I was hoping maybe you had some resources, whether it be teleportation circle or something.
Well, not a circle. I can teleport, but I've never been there, so it becomes a bit tricky.
Have I ever been there, Logan? I don't know if I ever have.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've never been as well. We could go on the back of the dragon. I think, how many Inquisition members can you rally to this cause? Between Wessenger, whatever's left in Betrexen, and any of the outlying cities. You'll need to keep it low-key enough, though, and only Inquisition members that you trust. I've run into a fair amount of Inquisition people that have given a very bad name to the Inquisition and myself. They don't need to know our plans.
How long do I have?
Less than 10 days. I explained about the moon and how we think that that's when they plan to.
I could probably get 10, maybe 15 if I'm lucky.
Okay. If that's what we need to do. I mean, if that's the best you can do, that's what we'll have to work with.
So then we meet in Wessenger in what, 9 days, 8 days?
Shit. I need to meet with my party. I need to meet with my friends and see what they
Well,
think.
of course. You can message me anytime. I just would like a structure to this plan as much as we can with how crazy it sounds.
Assuming they're still in Wessenger in 9 days, then yeah, that'll be the plan. If not sooner. If you can find your men sooner than that, let me know immediately. The sooner we pull this off, the better we'll be. We don't want to cut it as close as possible.
Of course. I will do my best. The longer we wait, the more help I will be able to give you.
Very good.
Yes. This is the first good news I've heard in a long time, Alec.
It is good to feel like I have an ally, at least. Is there anything that myself or my friends can do for you and the Inquisition members here or any peoples in this city?
She thinks hard for a second. Get that last piece of the Omniweaver.
All right, we'll stay in touch. And I turn to leave. I'm going to stop at the door and kind of look back at her and say, these uprisings that are happening, I can't say they aren't justified. And I think deep down, maybe some part of you knows that as well. And from this point forward, the Inquisition can be something different. The world is changing, and why would the Inquisition not take the opportunity to change with it?
That'll be all, Alec.
And then I leave. Okay, yeah. She didn't like that.
I'd like to have a chat myself with Fran while this is happening.
Yeah, I'm going to head out to you guys.
So when you said Horatia, I just take off about 10 feet above the ground, and I'm going to skirt the outside of all the way around the city, however long it takes us. And I'm just going to be fly sideways, just like I'm running, around the circle part of a track where I'm leaning and going. And my speed is 30.
Mine is 80. So I get tired of waiting for you.
I watch you fly past me, and I'm lean forward and try to fly faster. I'm totally giddy about the idea of not doing something serious.
Sorry about that. But I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna look around. I'm Bran, do you see this? And I'm gonna just gesture towards the city that we're fly above the wall so I can see within it.
I fly up so I can see. What happened here?
Apparently, Tick happened here.
You think Tick did all that?
Well, he explained to us that when we were here last, he drew out the schematics and the weak points for this town and sold them to somebody else. And frankly, just seeing it all now, I mean, he's responsible for those deaths, right? He destroyed this town.
I suppose that is possible.
Torm is
I hope not.
Torm is about justice and comeuppance, right?
Indeed he is. I look pleased that you brought up Torm.
Would you say that someone who did such a terrible thing deserves to be looked down upon in a friendly manner by Torm? Or should they face serious consequences?
You mean punishment?
An eye for an eye.
Indeed.
Or in this case, the death of many and the destruction of a town for one singular death.
I don't follow.
Bren, look at the destruction.
Bran's not that smart.
Bren, I just got smart, okay? Bear with me. I'm learning how to use big words.
Whoever did this deserves severe punishment.
Yes. And should we dole such judgment if the person who did this is a friend?
If you're referring to Tick, he didn't do this. Not directly.
Not
The
directly.
people who did the killing are responsible for doing it.
When they fought before, when Ofstaren and Betrexen marched soldiers out to the field, it was the soldiers giving their lives for the cause. Look at this. The citizens of Betrexen didn't ask for this. They didn't sign on to be soldiers. Innocent people died and had their city burnt. And we're supposed to just allow it because we were ignorant to what would happen if Tick were to mark off some schematics and sell them to the highest bidder.
Well, if that's the cause.
It may not have been intentional, but Tick caused this.
Do you know that?
Yes, he told us. He was ignorant to such consequences of his actions. He didn't know this was going to happen. And that doesn't grant him levity from the situation.
Do you know that's the cause?
I'm
Perhaps
sure.
it was raiders.
Maybe it was just raiders and it was all a coincidence.
What would you do?
I say this sort of fury should not go unpunished.
You want to punish Tick?
What would Torm think?
I will pray on it. But I do not want to hurt my friend.
when times get tough, we have to harm people who do wrong, whether there be a friendship between you or not.
I kind of look at you like you're a little foreign at this point.
Right. No, okay. We should talk to Tick Tick about this. I'm sure it's a very heavy subject.
I agree. We need more information.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My instincts are getting the better of me. As of late.
Nugget's fucking scary now.
Perhaps you've been in that room for a little too long, my friend.
And instead of justifying that with a response, I'm just gonna start sailing around the town again.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and kind of watch you fly, and look back at the town and kind of ponder whether I should go in or stay out. I'm not gonna do anything right at the moment. I may move around a little bit at my height to see if I can get better glimpses of things.
Yeah, I mean, easy enough to do. There's not a lot to see. Seems pretty wrecked. Meanwhile, Tick Tick, roll me an investigation check.
This is a dark session.
When we were racing, he was like, "I'm just so happy we don't have to do anything serious." And I went, "Well, sorry about this."
Oh, yeah.
I pulled an 18.
Ooh, nice. Through wandering around and collecting whatever you find, you actually do pretty well. You are able to find 300 gold pieces worth of random assorted coins throughout the various places. You find one diamond necklace with 3 diamonds in it, each worth around 1,000 gold.
Is it on a corpse?
No, it's just in someone's like jewelry set that's been left behind. Outside of that, continuing your investigation, you find a very nice looking bow. Looks like a magical bow and arrows of some kind. And a couple of small statues, each showing the same creature. It looks like sort of a mixture between a human and like a bear, maybe. It's like a weird half-breed creature. Each of them made of jade. You're not sure if it's some religious worship or something else, but...
Well, I'm gonna find out eventually.
Outside of this, you find an assortment of buttons and other various things that interest you.
Yeah.
Some yarn.
Yeah, I see like an arm that's just been sort of ripped out of it.
Yeah, many of those.
I'm gonna take some of the fabric off of the sleeve and use it to patch up my clothing a bit.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. I'll say Sebni, as you're sort of wandering out of the city to find everyone, you come across Tick Tick like peeling the shirt off of a severed arm.
Oh, hi, Sebni.
Tick, what are you doing with that arm?
See, I never got my clothes tailored since I grew 3 inches, so thank God for this, am I right? All this extra fabric just laying around.
What? Isn't that... That's highly disrespectful.
To who?
A dead person. It's kind of a moral code.
How do you know they're dead? Maybe they just outgrew this arm.
Point to the arm, I say. most likely bled out after losing a major limb.
Well, you're assuming they lost it and they didn't discard it.
Can you take your arm off?
No, but there was that mind flayer we fought with a crab arm. Seemed like he might have had to get rid of his arm at some point.
Was there a lot of mind flayers in this town?
There might have been. That's the thing with mind flayers.
Anyways, what are you doing?
Oh, just ticking.
You see he has like a new diamond necklace on.
Nope.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, I found it about 3 blocks down that way.
And I look towards the destroyed city. Check. Someone in our party mapped out the entirety of Betrexen and gave it to Hofsteren.
Technically,
think?
I didn't give it to Offsteren. Technically.
Wait. What'd you say?
I said technically I didn't give it to Offsteren. I gave it to the Adventurers Guild, and I had no idea it was going to end up in the hands of Offsteren. I only took the part of the contract that said, get this. I didn't say who it was going to.
I take a couple steps back and I say, you did this?
No, I did not do this.
But you wrote out the map, right?
I did make a map, yes.
And you gave it to a facility in Hofsteren.
Yes, but they are... I thought they were independent of Offsteren, because they're like a global group. It's just based in Offsteren.
Yeah, so you didn't get it for the Adventurers Guild. It was something posted to the Adventurers Guild as an adventure for an Adventurers Guild member to go on. So presumably you were doing it for some resident of Offsteren.
Tick. You caused the death of thousands of people.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I killed none of these people.
I'll say it's about this time that you're all like reconvening back just outside the walls.
What happened? I was able to see from flight. Why does the town look destroyed?
It is. It seems the death of the princess, she'd be a princess, right? Princess from Osteren.
Lady. She's not a
Yeah.
princess.
Okay.
He's not a king, I guess.
Seems the death of the lady from Osteren enraged the leader there, who then struck quickly against Betrexen. It sounds like Master Pier, my former teacher, is leading an battalion of grade magic users which laid waste to the city. Whatever the causes of this, whatever the root source of this happening, it's done. And I think all of us should look forward.
I met with Galen.
Is he alive?
Very much so now, thanks to my help, but he still wasn't happy. But he said that someone in our party mapped out the entirety of Betrexen's weak points and gave it to Hofsteren.
Well, technically, I didn't just map the weak points. If we're going to be, like, technical about it, I mapped the entire city, not just the weak points.
That's what I thought. You see, when I was gazing upon the wreckage, I just so very, very slightly remembered you talking or doing something about this in our time in Betrexen. If I was still a kobold, I don't know if I'd remember. But I grew 10 sizes, and so did my brain, and the very, very back of it gave me a sneaking suspicion that this was your fault.
Well, no, it is not my fault.
You can't be serious.
No, I'm not serious. I'm Tick Tick.
It does look like our actions are intertwined with the fate of this city, but we are not solely responsible for the death of these people.
You're right.
If you wouldn't have done this, I'm
And-
sure someone else would have. But that doesn't make a difference in my eyes. You still did it.
No, I did not do this. I made a map. And somehow it got into the hands of Obsterin. Now that's what I think we should be investigating.
Come on, Tick Tick. You can't be serious. This whole naivety, innocent nature, it has to be an act.
No. You'll know if I'm acting. I'll use the code word tick.
I can't believe it. I just cannot believe the lack of foresight.
I head straight back into the city with no word to all the injured people.
At this point, it makes no difference. You don't have to like Tick Tick. None of us have to be friends. It doesn't matter. But if you want to see more cities like this, then all we have to do is stop working together and stop seeking our goals.
If I want to see more cities like this, we are the reason there are cities like this. Us working together got us here. The only thing is, if we weren't together, we wouldn't know the perpetrator of such a horrific crime. But we do know.
Did you just say we're not friends?
I'm saying it's getting pretty tough to envision that right now.
Do you know what I have sacrificed for everybody in this group?
What? Your sanity?
What did you say, Will?
A lot of time. I didn't ask to be put here. I was perfectly happy ticking about in Offstarin where none of this was happening. But I came here with all of you, and I protected you every step of the way.
That's not where I have my issues. This isn't protection. This is a war crime at best.
A war crime that I didn't do.
If Tick Tick would have known the results of what he had done, he wouldn't have done it.
And that's the issue. He is the mind of a child. It becomes less less endearing the longer it happens, especially when people's lives are on the line, Alec. I know you play fast and loose with your own life, but can't you understand everything that's happening in there? How that was caused? We could have stayed out of the war, and this would have been a horrific disaster, unpreventable. But not only did we prevent it, we're now attempting to defend it.
It was a mistake. The way I see it, war was coming between Betrexen and Offstarin. It was bound to happen eventually. And yes, we had a part to play. Tick Tick was ignorant of it. But like I said, it doesn't matter. We have to move forward. We have to stop more atrocities from happening.
Until what? His ignorance gets us all killed eventually. He's the one who won't change his position on Jordal. You know how many times we've had to have that conversation? He let him get away the first time. I had him in my own hands. He was dead to rights. And he let him get away.
I think you should form back into your previous form. Go back to the nugget that you were, and we'll continue this conversation.
You people, you're all lost.
You're acting not like yourself.
I'm not like myself because the former me was weak. You would have been light on incidents like this. I'm smarter, I'm stronger, I'm infinitely more powerful. And if you all aren't going to do something about this thing, then I will.
This thing? What do you plan to do, Nugget? This is your friend. I look to Tick Tick. Or have you completely forgotten that?
Now you're gonna play the friend card.
Usually, I'm the brooding, angry one who's threatening to kill everyone in the party or abandon you all. It's very strange coming from you. Am I the only one that thinks Nugget is not behaving like himself?
Well, you guys have been
Turn back.
talking. I kind of make my way over to Tick Tick, and I'm like, can't you change it back?
Change back. I demand to Nugget.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So this is all against me now, huh? I'm the one who changed my body irreparably, huh? Aren't you the person who summoned the soul of a god of evil secrets into your own body?
And it was a mistake, and I undid it, and I have not since
Not a
returned to that form.
god.
Yeah, well, yeah. Believe me, when I realized I wasn't myself, there was nothing I wanted to be more. You need to realize you're not being yourself. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're not wrong, Nugget. You're just not yourself.
You people. You're all turning on me. Like I'm unreasonable for calling this out. This was my goal from the beginning. You know what, Alec? I should have known you'd been against me this whole time. You were assigned to kill my mother. Since the beginning, you told me she was dead. You've lied. You've betrayed me.
I told you the truth. You know I did. I didn't kill your mother. And I've since changed my ways. You, the Nugget before, that was not this dragon, convinced me that I was wrong. And I've changed the Inquisition. Their ways are changing. You should go back to your previous form, just for the night. I don't know how that works. I don't know.
I've finally reached what I've sought after all this time. And you're willing to side with someone who caused the destruction of this town just to knock me down a peg?
I'm not siding with him. I'm simply saying.
Are you scared, Alec? You frightened of what I've become, knowing that you can't control me if you wanted to?
I am.
You've all become sick with jealousy because I've achieved this form, something I've wanted since I was a boy, to become this powerful. But when I was small, when my voice was laughable, you were all willing to just stand by and not see me as a viable threat. Well, I'm here now, and my opinion will be listened to and considered seriously.
I'm gonna look at Bran. You're still here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right next to the Tick Tick. I nudge him. And then I step forward and I say, your opinion can be considered, Nugget, but not under threat. It sounds to me you're trying to tell us what you want as opposed to offer your opinion. And you are not yourself.
You want justice, Bran. Isn't that what you're all about? Why are you preventing it at its source?
When I used my power, it was clear to see that evil had taken me. But I think evil is within you now. Is it not, Bran? I turn and look at Bran.
Well, I'll leave this to the DM. I have my divine sense, but
Let's get to the bottom
it's
of this.
conflicting because it says that evil registers on my senses like a noxious odor, but it specifically says that I can detect celestials, fiends, or undead, which I do not believe he is any of those.
That's right, yeah.
If I can specifically detect evil and there's evil brewing in him, and you want to let me, I'm going to say I use my sense no matter what.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's not none of those things, but you wouldn't detect it if it was just evil.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole spell, so.
Yeah.
Got it.
I want to bring Sevni back here. Sevni! I'm going to call for him into the city.
I keep going towards the town square.
Fuck. So, what should be the consequences of this action? Do we continue to let Tick-Tick be the naive child he is and possibly burn down the whole continent while he's at it? When we get the chance to kill your Jordal, are we just gonna let it go because he's convinced that nothing's wrong with him?
And how would you punish a naive child?
He's not a child. He's had his chance.
You just called him a naive child. You compared him to a naive child.
Compared him to...
Perhaps your punishment should be such.
If a child were to scheme and get Betrexen destroyed, then I guess maybe the child should be destroyed as well.
He didn't scheme.
Destroyed the
He
child.
innocently drew a map and sold it for profit. The consequences were unbeknownst to him.
You think Tick-Tick is a liar?
I think Tick-Tick isn't a liar. I think he's honest about his own mental state, which is even more concerning.
I do not like where you're going with this, Nugget.
Nor I.
You are not yourself.
I am more myself than I will ever be. I'm no longer Nugget. I've evolved into a higher form.
And you're quick to delve out judgment now that you're all powerful. Is that brave or cowardice? I step forward.
Bran, there's no need. I don't need other people to fight my battles for me. I'm more than capable of taking care of myself. If Nugget wants me dead, then he can kill me. But I don't think he'll do that, because we're friends.
I relax a little bit and back off a step.
He could kill me with one swipe right now. I'm quite spent after our last battle, in which I protected all of our allies. If he really means it, if we're really not friends, he can end it right now. But I don't think he will.
I'm gonna step forward in all fours in a very bestial state.
I'm gonna prep a spell, and if he blows fire at him, I'm gonna cast Control Flames to try to shield. Tick.
I'm gonna put my face towards the ground, and as I open my mouth to exhale a flame, I'm going to stop for a moment of contemplation.
If you kill him, everything we'll have done up to this point will have been in vain. All those people's death in the city behind us will have been in vain. We have to see this through.
Alec, it doesn't matter what you say. He won't do it. Because he's Nugget. And he's my friend.
I'm gonna drop the dragon form and
Oh,
a little kobold lands on the ground.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was going to do it.
yeah, same, yeah.
That was Bran, not me. Bran just lets out this audible sigh.
Yeah. I think Alec is trying to hide it. But he also like his shoulders like slump a little bit, and he kind of like.
All right. I'm gonna be entirely honest with you people. I don't recall the incidents. About 4 days. It's real hazy up in here.
My God.
I'm a little tired, and I'm just I'm gonna fall to the ground.
I'm gonna go pick Nugget up. We should find somewhere to rest, somewhere outside the city walls, and we need to find Sebney as well. And I have a plan.
I'm happy to hear it. We do need rest, though. I turn and look at Tick Tick, and I give you a wink. You're a brave man.
I'm actually a gnome. And I walk away.
Still a fool, though. Like, poor Tick Tick. Poor Nugget.
While you're
Or
holding me,
protection citizens.
while you're holding me, I'm gonna do a while I'm passed out, I'm gonna like grab around you and like snuggle up to you a little more, Alec.
Like your spikes on me. Like, who's gonna find Sebney?
I'll go find him.
I think that's a wise idea. There's the same ruins that we did the dirty deed against that enemy with the dragon. We should maybe just rest there. We've rested there before, I think once or twice. It's outside the city. Might be safe. Might be discreet at least. Will you meet us there, Bran? Bran was there,
We
right?
will meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will meet you there.
All right. Be careful, my friend. We're not welcome in those walls. And
Yeah. I was afraid of that.
you will shield your heart, is what I say.
I kind of look at him a little weird, and then I turn and kind of beat feet to get in there and find Sebney.
Okay. You find him amongst the very many injured here. Do you have any spell slots that you'd like to use for these people?
Bran or me?
Both of you.
Yes, because I feel really guilty because we caused it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Mass Cure Wounds at a 5th level, 6th, and 7th, and then I'm going to do Cure Wounds at 3 2nd levels, 3 3rd levels, and 3 4th levels. Every single spell slot.
Okay. In that case, you can heal all of the injured people. I mean, you make a really, really significant difference in, at least these people's lives.
Sebney's healthcare system is now more efficient than the government.
It takes some time, and it's taxing on you for sure. But you feel good after it's all said and done. Bran, what are you doing during this time?
I can do Cure Wounds, and I can do Lesser Restoration.
Hmm. Okay.
I can do Cure Wounds 3 times and Lesser Restoration, actually 4 times. And I can do Lesser Restoration 3 times.
Nice. So together you go about, using up all of your untapped magic to help these people. Is there anything besides, corralling these people and helping them as much as you can? Is there anything else you guys want to do in the town, or any conversations you want to have?
How many people are missing limbs? Like, how many people have lost an arm or a leg?
Only like 2 people are alive and missing a limb.
Sure. Instead of using a 7th level healing mass cure wounds, can I use a regenerate for at least one of the 2 people?
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
They're very grateful.
If they have the limb, it just goes right back on like a Lego guy.
Great.
But if not, it slowly regenerates after 2 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So it's like little baby arm first, just
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
Like Deadpool.
So I had this in my head, but I don't know if it's true. I thought I kept the diamond, like we had a giant diamond that we were shaving diamond dust off of to come up with 300 hit points worth or gold pieces worth of diamonds. If that is true, I can revivify 2 people who have just died within a minute. If
No one's died.
anybody
within a
has.
minute.
Okay. If anybody died from their wounds later on, that type of thing. But if not, then
Yeah, no, I
then
mean,
I'll just do what I was doing.
the only people really in dire, straits were healed by 70 a little bit earlier before you guys' conversation. So
Okay, good.
you're able to put all these people in working order, and it seems like the vast majority of them are, gathering up what things they have or what hasn't been destroyed of their previous belongings, and are looking to leave Betrexen as well.
So when I met up with him and saw what he was doing, I just went straight to healing. I didn't say anything to him. I just went right at it. Like everything else was secondary. And then once the dust kind of settles with that, I'm going to go up to 70 and say, the party has retreated to our previous bunker that we've used in the past. I forgot what it was called.
We fought that ghost guy?
Yes. Fought and lost. So I told them I would collect you and we would all meet there. Are we done with our business here?
I look around and see everybody moving and up in order, and I say, I think so.
It's most impressive, my friend.
It's nothing. And I start walking.
So let us retreat.
You all
I
gather
know that we're
back.
not welcome here.
Yeah. You all gather back at the ruins about a half mile outside of town. At this point, 70, you notice that apparently Nugget has transformed back into his previous body.
Oh, 70. What's up, man? How's it going?
How do you feel?
My chest has my heart is beating real fast. So, but when I fall asleep, which happens a lot, it goes back to normal.
Weird. So here we are.
Yeah, what's going on? Somebody catch me up.
Do you remember we came to Betrexen?
Right, like the first time we were here, I remember that.
The one just now?
No, I woke outside of the walls of the city.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's been destroyed.
Oh, who destroyed it?
I'm staring.
War is hell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it seems a couple of us have used our inner strength that we've gathered lately. Mine very obviously had a detriment, in which case I was completely out of control of my own body. Should that happen again and things get out of hand, I fully expect you guys to take care of it by whatever means necessary. If you can't return me to my former self, I forfeit my life, and I expect you to put me down. Do you understand?
Like a dog?
Sure.
Jeez. So let's
That being said, I
let's
look at
lighten the
Nugget.
mood a little bit.
That being said, should any of you use your power and not be yourself beyond the extent to which you become a threat to the party or our goals, I will also not hesitate to do the same. Do you understand? I look at Nugget.
And I'm looking around because I don't know what to me. Yeah, that makes sense. So what was I like as a dragon? Was I cool? Did I act similar? It really takes the fun out of being a dragon if I can't even remember it when I turn back.
So when you were the dragon, oh my God. How are we going to get him to not be evil if he switches to dragon form?
What, did you say evil? What?
You were ready to kill Tick Tick. I'll say that much.
Tick, where's Tick Tick? Yo, Tick. How you doing, man? What's happening?
I'm fine.
I'm sorry if I tried to kill you. Being a dragon really weighed down on my body, so I don't even know the effects it may have had on my mind. Well, you know what? If it's as bad as you said it is, maybe I shouldn't be a dragon anymore.
You should only do it if you think it's absolutely necessary. As in, the fate of the world is at stake, and it's the last option you have.
Right. That makes sense.
That being said, I've spoken with the Inquisition, and it seems that we may be able to gather some forces. A small group of Inquisitors who can help us in Wessenjor. I know none of you like the Inquisition. Cat, are you fucking for real right now? It's like chewing on all my cables for my work. Get the fuck out of there.
Kick it. Kick the cat.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I know none of you are fond of the Inquisition, but our pool of resources is practically non-existent. If we can utilize them in Wessenger to perhaps meet with the king, Skyraiser, he has the last piece of heart. I think we could use it. But we need to go to Wessenjor, get the piece of heart, work with the Inquisition to utilize its power, and stop this chosen few from bringing Dumar back.
Well, I think everybody kind of knows that I'm not a big fan of the Inquisition, but it's times like these we gotta really put aside our differences and work together.
I know that there are plenty of, assholes within the Inquisition, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
But there are those members in there that would do right by this nation. And I think I've come to know them, and I think there's a chance that they could do some good and maybe redeem themselves from being assholes. And perhaps I can redeem myself in the process. What do you guys think of this plan? What do you think?
Pretty good.
We have 9 days till the Inquisition expects to meet us there. I can communicate with the leadership of the Inquisition if we need to. But in that time, we could go scout out Wessenger, find this crystal heart, and maybe kill some of the chosen few while we're at it.
I think I could use a few weapon upgrades if we're gonna go kill the chosen few. But yes, I'm up for it.
If anyone else has any addendums or ideas that they want to put forward, of course. I'm not the leader of this party. I'm just a member of it.
Jeez, everybody's so quiet.
And I'm tired.
Well, then think about it.
I didn't hear anything that sounded unsavory, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
I need to pray and then sleep.
Same.
I'm gonna go off a little bit somewhere where I have a little bit of privacy, and I'm gonna pray to Torm for guidance.
Roll a religion check.
Swear to God, I rolled really good on our other campaign. I rolled like shit in this campaign. 4.
I'm gonna come kneel next to Bran, and I'm gonna pray with him.
I see these other two are praying. I kind of want to get involved too. I'm gonna go over and like, hey guys, what's going on?
I say to Bran, normally I don't do this type of thing, but we need whatever guidance we can get. And I just like kneel next to him and say nothing.
I'm like startled and had a. I'm praying, but not getting any response. But I look and nod, and then I pull out my sword and put it into the earth and continue to pray.
Can Torm do anything for all those souls that were lost? I like ask Bran with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I've got my head down and my eyes closed. Torm can do anything he wants. It's up to him.
And as you sort of settle into prayer, Bran, you find yourself distracted. Your mind often recalling back to the booming voice you heard from the clouds. Not Torm, but something. Something beyond. Something that is very disapproving of some of the choices you've made. And the more you try and not think about it, the more it's all that comes to mind.
I'm sitting there trying to pray, and I've got these wretches that come across my face every once in a while, like I'm having a nightmare, thinking about these unpleasant thoughts. And I finally, I just stop and open my eyes, kind of jolt my eyes open. Just kind of disappointed. I stand up, sheathe my sword, and I put my hand on Alec's shoulder. Thank you, my friend. I'm distracted. I need rest. And I'm going to go find a spot to sleep.
Same.
I am pretty exhausted because I just about died. Then I got healed a little bit, and then I used all my spell slots. So I'm pooped.
Yeah, you're done. You're just a regular man now.
I'm immediately just zonked out. My body has gone through a very intense transformation.
I'm gonna go talk to Tick Tick actually. If he's still up and about, he's still ticking around.
No, he's not taken around anymore. He's just organizing his stuff.
I'm just gonna lay my bed in that area and say, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine.
If you blame yourself at all for the things that have happened,
I don't.
well,
But whoever did them almost split us apart. And I'm going to kill them for that.
You hear as he says this, the white streak in his hair glows for a moment. Roll in the random magical effects table.
Potted plant. Let's go.
It cannot be potted plant.
I'll water you.
There's no way.
And actually, I get to roll twice
Good night, Tick Tick.
at this.
A little water.
Pick whichever one I want. So it's either 88 or 69.
Come on. Come on.
Let's see. 88 is I cast Fly on a random creature. 69
Tony's like,
And as I say that, everybody becomes invisible.
The whole party just disappears.
They'll never see us coming again.
Any idea how long this will last, Tick?
Oh, should be just a minute. Just a tick.
Well, whether you find guilt within yourself or not, just know that at some point in their lives, everyone does something that they may regret. But this isn't entirely your fault. Get some rest.
I will go to bed.
Samesies.
All right. 70, you're sleeping as well? Okay, you don't leave a watch for the night? Go ahead and roll a d6.
Oh.
We're all just. I'm actually fine. If something shows up, I'll take care of it first, because technically I'm not hurt at all. I'm brand fucking new.
Not going to see us if it shows up.
You want me to, for a minute? Yeah. Okay, I'll roll a d6. Wait,
Yeah, go for it.
I don't roll d6s, dude. This is a bad
I don't
idea.
trust my own luck either.
I'll do it. We'll
You
regret
want me
it.
to roll it?
Yes, please.
I'll roll it.
Honestly.
I'll roll it.
Yeah. I'm like pretty superstitious about random encounters with me.
They're down.
There you go.
Sure. Yep. You guys wake up in the morning, realizing your mistake and finding yourself lucky that you were not murdered in your sleep.
As I wake up, the equivalent of a drunk night, waking up, sudden thoughts rushing in your head of what happened, as I will recall what I exactly did. Oh boy.
You're like, where's Savage?
Yeah.
Where'd we leave him?
Same with
Jesus.
Maribel. Yeah.
Oh god.
She's gone.
I recall the
Technically,
slow
They're
slipping.
still like in the stables being taken care of.
Yeah,
but,
so honestly, that's fine.
Where though? In Vequilaza?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you didn't take him to the dungeon, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly remember the things, my slow slip into dragon insanity, and how I became very, very jaded and also further draconic as I went on, just egotistical. And oh boy, it's one of those nights like we wake up, you're like, oh Jesus, what did I say that for? Oh God.
Nice.
And I'm immediately gonna look over at Tick Tick. Hey Tick, how are you doing, man?
I'm fine.
Listen, you're never gonna believe it. The thoughts sort of came back to me when I was dreaming last night about everything that happened. It just know that, that wasn't me. I was a whole different person, whole different dragon.
No, it wasn't you. It was me. 'Cause I made you that dragon.
Well, I appreciated the help and I asked you for it, so look, I just know that there's some things that were said and you may infer things about our friendship, but honestly, when it came down to it, I didn't kill you, and it was due to our friendship. So honestly, like, our friendship survived even when I was a giant murder monster that shot fire. When you think about it like that.
Yep.
Just know that when you get that, egotistical about stuff, you don't mean the things you say, or at least I didn't. So forget about that guy. He wasn't me.
We'll see.
With my lack of social awareness, even I know that that's not good. So I'm gonna go, oh boy, and I'm gonna get ready for the day.
Never heard Tick Tick be so quiet.
All right. So you find yourselves ready for the day. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Damn.
Gaming.
We were gonna fly on the back of Nugget, but I don't know if I want him going back to dragon form. So
Yeah, I'll go back. It's cool.
can you even go back yet?
Not for 7 days, so that's not even on the table for the next week.
I guess we could always teleport. I could
Yes.
teleport us there.
It's a place that you are wholly unfamiliar with. You've never been there, never seen it.
I've seen it on a map though.
Yeah, you know where it is.
Yeah. I guess it's not like a geographical knowledge. It's like a
It's a familiarity with the place.
yeah.
So yeah, so you would be going off of a description of the place only. Which essentially
Doesn't sound good.
Leaves a 43% chance of a mishap, a 10% chance of like a similar area, but not the right area, another decent chance of being off target, and only like a 26% chance, 27% chance that you actually get there. Now, if you're able to scry or in some way see it, that would help. I don't know if you have capabilities of that sort of thing.
Look at some pictures.
No need. We have good chances.
You think I should just do it?
No.
Define mishap.
It's on the spell.
Yeah,
If
you
know
can
how to
read,
tell-
you can read
can
the
look it up.
spell,
Oh, okay.
but I'll read it. The spell's unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature, or the target object, takes 3d10 force damage, and the DM re-rolls on the table to see where you wind up. Multiple mishaps can occur in a single teleport, dealing damage each time.
So if we just kept
We
mishapping,
can get in an infinite loop of death.
Yeah, you could just all die.
That's good to
Oh
know.
wow, that's epic. Shit. Well, we could teleport to Offstaren. I'm very familiar with my home there. We could teleport to Polskorzen, though we're not really welcome there, right?
Well,
I mean, that still warrants a walking journey of some kind.
Yeah. We could get
Polskorzen,
mounts.
and you're not officially kicked out of, but you know it's the home of the academy, which apparently is run by a guy who now has a legion of grade wizards working for him. So
Yeah.
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
I don't know. What do you guys think? We go to Offstaren and just get mounts and
I think. Well, first, speaking of,
Wait,
we'll
did
have
you say
powers.
6 one way, half a dozen the other?
Mhm.
I've never heard that.
you've never heard that
Really?
before?
Yeah,
No.
I love that expression. I say it all the
Yeah.
that's a
time.
good one.
Yeah. Tony's a grown man now. He's
What can I
Finally
say?
heard the world famous phrase.
6 of
You
one,
ever
half a
heard
dozen of the other.
wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I am not. That one's good though.
I have
Is it this shit?
Offstaren.
You what?
I have business in Offstaren.
I personally think that our chances are fine. I think we should just go for it.
So, yeah, Offstaren isn't like much closer than Betrexen. Polskorzen would be significantly closer.
Yeah.
I mean, Offstaren is definitely closer, but
But not
from Betrexen,
hugely
it's,
so.
yeah, it's only like a half day's journey to Betrexen from Offstaren. So, yeah.
Okay. I literally chose where we teleported last time, and I'm game for whatever you guys decide.
Off Stern would be cool, but I don't know what we could get out of it, truth be told.
Where did we buy our mounts initially? It was off Starin, right?
Yeah.
The exotic trader.
I say, we full send it. Go for it. You know, what's the worst that could happen?
We all
No,
die.
seriously, what is that? I've never used a teleport spell. I don't know how it works.
We could all get stuck in some type of time dilation that ends our lives and potentially our souls. Or,
But what is the chances of that?
what are the chances of that? Would I know what the chances of that are, Logan?
Yeah, you know the calculations. You know that there's, the chance of you dying would be very low because you'd have to roll under a 43, many, many times in a row to kill all of you.
Yeah.
But, could happen, I guess.
If we go to Wessenjor, we have to have a low profile. We can't just be walking around. I mean, it's safe to assume that the people who want us dead will have told others about us as well. We can't just strut around the city. Of course, it is controlled by the king. I don't know. We just need to be careful. What do you guys think? Should we just jump it? Should we make the jump? 70 says no. Tick says yes. Nugget, make the jump.
Yes, go for it. Oh, damn, we're at an even split.
Luck has always been on my side.
Why you guys got to do this? All right, for those that say no, what do you propose instead?
You walk.
From Polskorzen?
Yeah.
I mean, we're under a time limit here. We have 9 days.
Walking, if you had no mounts at all, it would probably take...
From Polskorzen.
Oh, from Polskorzen?
Yeah.
It would only take a full day's travel to get there.
On foot.
Maybe half day if you were really booking it on foot. Probably a full day.
We could probably get some mounts too. I mean, we're pretty loaded money-wise, I think. So it's not like we can't afford a couple horses at least. I say, let's go to Polskorzen. Maybe we should spend some of this money. Why don't we get loaded?
Go on.
Yeah.
I have some
the place to buy magical items.
Let's do that.
Trying to buy magic.
Let's get ready for war. Let's get ready to do this. We have this money. We're not going to need it if we're dead.
Yeah, my armor kind of sucks right now. I need to...
Honestly,
What?
I don't even have armor. Sarcasm.
I only have a 92 armor class. I'm trying to get that to a sweet 100 by the end of this.
That ain't even a joke.
Well, I'm all
sure.
for it.
Will. What ring is it?
The
And
one
is it going to
ring.
take me half an hour to figure out what ring it is?
Yeah, probably. It
We
was a
discussed this.
magical item I got from the Rakshasa.
Uh-huh. 1 second.
I have the wand, the dagger, and there was a ring. And I don't
Uh-huh.
stats immediately or not, so don't worry about it. I just care about being attuned to it. So that
I believe he gave you the warning last session, to be fair. He did go, I'm going to tune to this.
next long rest, I am going to attune to the other item.
Yeah.
Okay. That was much easier this time since I did it last time. I remembered how to get to this document. It is a ring of evasion. So it has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. When you fail a dexterity saving throw while wearing it, you can use a reaction to expend one of its charges to succeed on that save instead. Pretty straightforward and pretty good against beholders. And dragons. And wizards.
Just a lot. Just real good.
And race cars.
And if you're attempting to dive out of the way of race cars, it would be
Personally,
beneficial.
I try to catch the race car and stop it with sheer force. So maybe we have different approaches.
It would not be beneficial in any way in doing that, no.
Yeah, no.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you still have attunement slots? I feel like you have a million magic items.
Last one. I'm attuned to the dagger, the ring, and the wand, the 3 things the Rakshasa gave me, and then I have paint.
You cosplay? You cosplaying the Rock Sasha, bro?
I end up trading away a lot of my magic items.
Yeah.
I say we should go get stacked with that. Like I have a lot to spend. I wanted to look at some stuff, but I didn't want to like do that if anybody else had stuff to do. So I'm all for pull scores, and if we're gonna buy stuff,
I think
Okay.
we should do that. Yeah.
I would say that you're definitely very familiar with Pull Scores, and where would you like to teleport within Pull Scores?
That Academy woman whose last name I think is Hex. I think I would like to teleport to her front porch.
Yes, Hex is actually her like
First name?
nickname.
it's a nickname. Even
Right.
I remember that.
Hex girls.
Yo,
I love
Thorn.
them.
Hey, Hex.
Yeah, it's Salome Chatham is the girl.
What was the drummer? The blonde drummer.
I only remember Thorn because I was in love with her. Anyway, sorry about that. Scooby Doo, you know how it be.
I wrote a Scooby-Doo a cappella medley for our a cappella group to sing this year, but we're not going to sing it, sadly.
Oh,
That is the worst news ever.
I was about to say that's just
The
rude.
Sum 41 pop punk version of What's New Scooby Doo is my all-time favorite.
We end it here. I'm going to send the link so I can share.
All right, yeah. Well, later. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I will
Right.
listen to it.
On the final topic of the Hex girls, the best song in the entire Scooby-Doo cinematic multiverse is "It's Terror Time Again" from
Yeah.
Zombie Island.
Duh.
That's in my medley.
Oh my
Exactly.
God, slaps.
Dusk is the blonde girl's name.
There you go. So you are attempting to teleport to her porch.
I think so, yeah. Pretty familiar with that. And
I assume you can teleport with all of you guys at once. I don't know what the limitations
it's like
are.
up to 8. It's like me and up to 8 willing participants.
Okay, so you have 5 people,
Yeah.
which is good. Go ahead and roll me a 1d100.
We're good to go, right? Nobody else needs to do any last minute things in
I
Betrexen,
mean,
right?
it takes some time for you to like set up the teleportation circle and things. So
I rolled a 00 and then a 3.
Oh God.
Does that mean I rolled a 3?
Please hold.
Luck is always on our side. God.
A 3, you say?
No.
Okay, so that is
No.
indeed a mishap, unfortunately.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's going to be 3d10 points of damage.
We just got full health.
You all take 14 points of force damage.
Ah.
And then roll me another 1d100.
I
Don't
have
roll that low.
I have 101 hit points, like Wizard 101, the best game ever made.
I prefer Pirate 101.
Pirate
I
101
never actually played Pirate 101.
fucking sucks, is what Pirate 101 is.
25.
25. Okay.
I didn't get enough sleep.
That is actually exactly what you need. That's the minimum to arrive in the correct place. So you very nearly were off targets. However, you all feel yourself kind of like pulled and twisted, and there's this brief moment where it feels like your entire body gets like a what do you call these things where you like move somebody's arm in 2 different ways?
Indian rug burn.
Rug burn?
Yes, an Indian rug burn
Whoa,
on
whoa.
your entire body.
We called them snake bites, you fucking racist. What the hell?
really?
Hey, whoa,
Yeah.
we're from Missouri, so
Indian
no,
rug burn. Yo, chill.
I've heard both. I've heard snake bite as well. Anyway, that happens to basically your entire torso. You suffer 13 or 14 points, whatever I said, 14 points of damage, and you land kind of abruptly, none of you exactly with the same finesse that you had with your previous teleportation. And you're on the doorstep of Hex.
Sorry,
I looked it up. Sorry to get off track again.
God.
An Indian rug burn is inflicted as follows. A bully grabs an unsuspecting shrimpy nerd by the arm, despite his desperate attempts to escape. Said bully places both of his hands adjacent to one another on said nerd's forearm. The rest is history.
There it
do
is.
we still have our bonus 18 hit points, or is that like long gone? Yeah.
Whoa, why did we get 18 hit points for? Oh, the hero's feast?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't remember. I
Yeah,
had
it was a
written down.
while ago.
Yeah, that was. I'm still full. I don't.
What about second breakfast, though?
Right.
That's a reference.
At the hero's
don't
feast,
understand.
you probably sat crisscross applesauce at your table.
Yeah. Yep. You mean Indian style?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa!
I said Indian style to the kids whenever Angela and I first started dating,
Mm-hmm.
and they looked at me like I was speaking Greek. And she goes, "You can't say that. It's
Like you're from
crisscross
India."
applesauce."
Wait, that's like actually not an acceptable term anymore.
I
I mean,
know
it makes
is.
sense
Yeah,
to
no.
me, but
Wait, what is? What's
Wow.
not?
Sitting Indian style.
Really?
You know what's a shitty
never-
term that even when it was first said to me as a kid, I realized it was a shitty term? Indian giver. Like, have you ever heard that? Like when you give someone something
No.
and you take it back, it's called Indian giving. And I'm like, that's just objectively not cool, right? Like we're like,
that's just blatant racism.
Hang
No,
on.
we didn't have that one.
no, okay,
I'm
maybe.
not sure that's a real thing. I think your parents are just racist.
No, that's definitely a thing. They are racist, first of all, but secondly, that is also a thing.
Fair
Garrick,
enough.
are you calling us racist up there?
Oh,
I'm just
Melissa,
going to do this. need
you
the mic.
racist.
You do need it.
Where'd Dan go?
He was like, enough of these racist young men. Wow.
Chris
Ah,
applesauce. Forks in the
pull
bowl.
scores in. Let's go. What's going on here?
Yeah, you arrive on the doorstep of this girl that you
Whose
used to know.
porch is this?
X. I'm gonna knock on her door.
Ooh, does Alec have a girlfriend?
It opens.
Run.
Is it her or her
It's
dad?
her.
Oh.
Alec, it's has been some time.
Yeah. Hey. It has been some time. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you okay?
Okay. Sorry to call upon you so randomly, but
She's like looking at your friends behind you, like
yeah,
no,
I'm in.
no trouble.
Is your father home? Doesn't she live with her dad or something?
Yeah, she does. Well, no. Do you need him?
No, I wanted to talk to you actually.
Okay.
I was hoping that I might be able to use your help a little bit.
Oh, of course. How can I help?
Can I come in?
Sure.
I'll give you
These-
guys some alone time. I'll head out. Thank you. Let's not all crowd the poor woman's house.
Yeah, I
well,
need to go buy
I
some
could
things.
put on some tea if you.
No, thank you very much.
I'll have some tea.
Oh, of course.
That'd be
Come
awesome.
in. She seems significantly less scared of the gnome than like the other creepy guys. And the kobold.
Can I have some tea, please? I'm going to buy things.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I don't mean to intrude, and
Oh, it's never an intrusion when it's you, Alec.
I wouldn't have called upon you. It's just you're the only person I trust in this town.
That. Okay. You kind of disappeared last time.
Right. I did. I'm sorry about that.
It's no trouble. I mean, you don't owe me anything, but
A little
just
Homer
thought-
action.
I just thought maybe you'd be around for a bit.
Well, that's kind of why I'm here now. Is my friends and I are kind of on a bit of a quest, if you will, and we're going to be in Polskorzin at least for the day or the night, I think. And if it's, feel free to say no. I don't mean to impose in any way, but we need a place to stay. And what with things that are going on currently, I'm not sure that the inn is a very safe place for some of my friends. I was curious if there were room at all, perhaps in a basement here or just anywhere. I could pay you if you need. Or...
No, of course I wouldn't take your money. Are you in some kind of trouble? I know you initially were here to sort out the, well, you know, she like gestures to your, brandings.
Branding.
We're not in any sort of trouble that I can't take care of.
It's not that I have any problem with it. Really, I just wouldn't want trouble to come down on my dad.
What's your dad's like position in this town? What's his?
You don't know. I mean, you met him. His name's Rapham, but
yeah, I ask her. Like,
oh, you ask?
Yeah, what's your dad's like?
Oh, well, he works at the university. He's a sort of researcher of magic.
Okay, what department is he in?
He's a bit secretive about it, but it certainly has something to do with graying. I think he studies
Does he work
graying.
with Master Peer, you think?
What, Master Pierce's boss? The headmaster? What aren't you telling me, Alec?
When is he expected to be home?
He's just gone off to work. It's pretty early in the morning.
Like, look outside, like, oh yeah, it is.
She gives you a really weird look at that.
Yeah.
He works at the university, you said?
Yeah, he sometimes comes home for lunch, but I'm not sure if he will today. If not, he'll be home after work, I suppose. Maybe right before dark.
What was her, like, is she like a very talented student, this Hex girl?
Yeah, she was pretty good. I mean, she's not like the best student you've ever met, but she's a talented magic user.
I'm just trying to determine whether or not I should just like tell her everything that we know, basically, about Master Peer and the trouble we're in. But I definitely don't want her to tell her dad. It's good to see you, Hex. And I'm afraid the more I tell you, the more danger I might put yourself and your father in.
Okay, well, in that case, we can talk about something else. I'll get the tea going. She like goes off into a back room.
Well, I look at Sebney and Tick Tick or wait, everyone went shopping, didn't they? No, everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna start poking around her house.
Mm-hmm. Like, roll an investigation check.
Be polite. If her dad works for the Inquisitor, or I work for her dad works for Master Peer, and he knows we're here, like, there's no way that Master Peer won't find out. Like this.
He's not here.
I know, but we can't stay here. That was my thought, is that we could shop for a day or something, and I guess we don't even have to stay here that long. I don't know.
Would you roll for the investigation check?
11.
You do go over, as you're just sort of like picking around through things. On one of the shelves, there's a small box, and you just go ahead and open that up. And inside, there are a number of scrolls, all like laid out, looks like maybe 20 scrolls.
Those look important. I will dump them into my pocket dimension.
Okay, you just steal them?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not stealing. They're clearly not being used.
Are y'all done? I'm going to go into the kitchen where Hex is at.
Okay. She's just now finishing, starting the tea, or the water boiling for the tea, and looks over. Hi, Alex. Sorry, you just really caught me off guard. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know what to say, I guess.
Yeah.
I always thought you were innocent. I told you that, right?
Yeah, you did. That's why I came here. But it seems maybe this was a mistake.
No. What? Did I do something wrong?
I'm just gonna tell her everything, I guess.
So you go into detail about like what your quest is, the chosen few, her father's possible involvement.
I think I'll just say that like it seems that Master Pier is working with some shady figures and is responsible for an assault on Betrexen using grade wizards. If there's anyone left in the academy who still holds to the, ways of scholarship and not war, I don't know. Should the time ever come, if sides are ever drawn, maybe those students and professors who still want the academy to stand as a beacon of scholarship should choose the right side.
Oh, well, of course, I can't imagine that there'd be many on his side if he's making an army. The academy's never been one for meddling in war, at least not that I've ever known.
If we stay here for the night, is there anywhere we could stay that would be discreet or hidden? Is there anywhere in the city that you would know of?
No, I mean, nothing comes to mind. I can't imagine they'd be able to track you down very well if you just stayed at a tavern, but if you fear even that, I'd probably leave the city for the night. Head out into the wastes a bit.
Yeah.
You all look like you can probably take care of yourselves.
I hope I haven't wasted your time.
No, I mean, it's a lot to take in for sure, but I'm intrigued. I mean, if half of what you're saying is true, it needs to be out there. People need to know what's going on, right? Is that what you're doing? You're exposing it?
To some extent. Perhaps you and others could do that, but don't risk your own lives with that information. I don't know why I came. I thought, honestly, we could have a place to hide out here, but that was selfish and irresponsible. So, good day. I like turn to leave. I'm like, come on, guys.
Alec, it's just me here.
Come on. Is it just Tick Tick? Come on, Tick Tick.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, I didn't mean to push you out the door. I'm sorry, this is all very awkward. I just wish I could. I'm sorry.
Okay, goodbye.
She like walks you out. Meanwhile, the other three of you are shopping. What would you like to buy?
Gaming. No. What options, like what shops can we see?
In the marketplace of Pulse Scores, and there's a great number of shops having to deal with the procurement of various magical items, scrolls, potions, anything that you'd think would be magically inclined, they probably sell it here. Though notably, to the best of your knowledge, the art of making magical items is dead, so you don't know how they get these things, maybe through investigations, delving into tombs and whatnot. You don't really know.
I want some better armor.
Okay. Very straightforward to do. What kind of armor do you have right now?
Just regular chainmail.
Yeah, I mean, you could get considerably better armor than that. How much money are you looking to spend?
I have no idea. I don't carry any of the money that we have.
I have 100 platinum pieces.
1,000.
Is that only... How much is that?
1,000.
1,000 gold.
That's all we have left?
I have quite a bit of funds, but I don't see them as funds. I see them as objects.
Oh, I have 10 rubies worth 1,000 gold each.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna on my own. I'm gonna start assessing my own stuff I got on me for the first time in a very long time. I'm gonna be like, wow, where was all this stuff in my bag when I was a dragon? Was it a part of me? That makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna take out that sword we got in the tomb. We found a closet of 3 different dark magic
That's right.
tabaxi weapons. Bran has the spear. I have the sword and the axe. And I was wondering if the the sword has red gems, and I was wondering that if I could remove said gems.
Yeah, I mean, you third, with enough
Like-
time and effort, yeah, you can get them out.
Is the magic on the sword or the gems?
You think it's, a combination of the two.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to see if because I like the stuff this sword has, but I also want to keep the gem, the sword. So I was gonna see if I could pay someone to enchant them together, as like I did with the potion and on my gloves. I just made it permanent.
Yeah.
I enchanted it.
Yeah, I mean, moving enchantments is a thing that, lots of wizards can do.
Because magic items, since they can't be made, I'm assuming moving them would be
It's
the
big
next
business.
best thing. Yeah.
So there's, several different, I wouldn't say shops, but little stands and things where this is what the people are doing. You just go up to a random one?
Yes.
Good. How can I help you?
Not gonna overcomplicate things. I'm gonna slam down the crystal heart sword. I want you to take this. I'm gonna slam down the red tabaxi black magic sword, and I want you to put this magic on that.
Straightforward enough to do. And what exact enchantments are you trying to move over? It's good if I have a general idea.
Right. I don't want to be that guy. What does this sword do?
It kills you instantly when you use it.
And I mean, while you're at it, I also have an axe that came from the same place. If you really, not that.
Weapons do.
Right.
You.
Okay. Yes. So the sword has a number of properties.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, this sword has an activated state and an unactivated state, similar to the spear that Dan has. So upon activating the sword, it greatly extends in length and the center of it liquefies. So during this liquefaction process, there's a momentum shift within the sword. So upon swinging it with precise motions, you can use the added momentum of like the interior liquefied state to greatly increase the blunt force damage of the sword. So
Like
you can-
nunchucks.
maybe I don't know.
I guess I don't know the anatomy of nunchucks.
So essentially, you forego multiple actions a turn. You can only attack with it a single time a turn, but upon hitting, it does quadruple damage. And you can further so the interior of the sword is always liquefied, and then as an action, once you've hit someone with it, you can liquefy the entire sword into what is essentially an acid damage attack. And it also does a lot of damage.
Right.
And then you are able to retreat and pull the sword back, and pulling the acid off of a person also does damage.
So it's very similar to the spear.
Yes. So would you like all of these effects?
Could I also see what the axe does as well? I don't want to be beggars choosing, but I like to grapple sometimes too, along with my attacks. So I don't want to just, if I have the ability, I don't want to reserve.
No, for sure. All right. So the axe is a little bit different. It also has this basically activated state where it goes from just a one-headed axe to like a two-headed great axe. And in this activated state, it becomes a vorpal weapon. So if you crit, you cut something's head off, which is pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then On top of that, you can instead of taking multiple attacks, you can, for the first attack, cut one way, second attack, cut the other way, and then slam the axe down, and the two cuts will join in the creature, doing quadruple damage as well.
I am a kobold. Is this a great axe? Because heavy weapons I can't lift, but if it is a battle axe or
Activated, it becomes a great axe.
Okay.
But the enchantment could theoretically be added to the sword, which is not a great axe.
Right. I
Two
just
sword blades.
I don't know. All right. So this thing can split into a double great axe as opposed to just this regular axe. How can I put this onto a sword? Could you do that like an extra blade or like?
Yeah, so basically what I'll have it be is that your sword just like sharpens at the edges, making it vorpal, and then you'd have to hit both sides of the creature, and then as an action you can activate it and connect the two slices. So essentially it's like, there's some essence of the sword's blade, the infinite edge of it that is cut into them, and then those two will find each other within the center of the creature.
Okay. Definitely, the axe is definitely what I prefer.
Mhm.
So I want you to put the axe enchantments into the sword.
Okay.
And this extra sword, can that serve as like a payment? I know you guys are looking for fresh new magic items.
Yeah. I mean, he will gladly make that exchange.
Is that all you want? I mean, of course, that's all you want.
He seems like he's like giddy. He seems like he got a great deal.
Perfect.
How much? Wait, how much was it?
I gave him a sword that no one was going to use. I said, here's a magic item.
Wait, so did you not incorporate the sword features at all then?
No, I'm not a fan of sword features, really. Not like a whole lot. So,
Dude, it's a water thing. It's like a waterbender sword thing.
I mean,
So,
never mind. Do you want this? I mean, I could try to pay him regularly if you really want the sword.
No, I can't use metal.
That's what I thought.
okay, so for the weapon, it does so once again you'll have to activate this for these to come into effect. It becomes vorpal. It increases its damage from is it a D8 sword right now?
It is it's a long sword, so it's versatile. So D10, two hands.
So it'll double in both cases, 2d8, 2d10, and then the activation of the sword, which takes an action, so it'd be your full action to do, does 4 times that, so it'd be 4 times 2d10, 8d10 damage.
Okay. Do I need to hit twice and then activate it?
Yes, and you have to hit opposite sides of the creature.
Okay.
Do you take disadvantage when you're targeting a specific spot?
Depends on the situation. Normally, like with like a human-sized thing, no. But when you're attacking like something very large, it can be quite difficult to make that happen.
So it does 2d10 and then 2d10 and then 4d10.
So 8d10 is the actual like.
That's 3
Total.
attacks, right?
It's not 3 attacks, so it's 2 attacks and an action.
So on your next turn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, okay.
Also, if you crit, you cut the thing's head off, so there's 9. So.
That's also, but if it has legendary actions or resistances, then I just deal some extra damage.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Just trying to remember that.
That's right.
So I activate it once, right?
Yes.
Then it becomes vorpal, and it gives me the ability to do the slice thing.
Yes.
And then, if I use if I cut twice on one turn, use the next action to slice through it, then I will deal the said damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like enchanting multiple items in Minecraft and putting them in all one sword.
That's basically the goal. Because I like the aesthetic and I want to use the crystal heart, but like this crazy axe shit. Anyways, thank you. I think I have everything.
Okay.
I
Is
I
it
would like
plus
to-
anything? Not that I'm begging for more features, but is it like a plus anything?
I mean, it's magical, so it's +1, but I think your sword was already probably +1.
I think it was as well.
Fascinated. I want to talk to the wizard man.
All right, but first we got to go back to Bran because we kind of skipped him with all of this hubble-blue.
I want to hear about his dope armor.
All right, what sort of armor in particular are you looking for? More chain, plate?
Go full plate, man.
Something more protective. Could be magical or.
Okay. So there are quite a few selections. There is like basically a magical armor. This is like what he does, is enchant armor with certain enchantments. And he looks up. Oh, I certainly have armor. What sorts of things are you interested in?
I'd like something that protects me more but allows free movement.
Ooh, well, those are conflicting, but I could probably see about something here. So you wanted to not give any negative effects to your stealth?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, well, it's going to be expensive. And he pulls up basically what is this darkened shadow plate. And it looks like this sort of black trimmed dark silver armor. So it has this sort of like sheen to it, but then there's like parts that are almost black, like almost no reflection at all come off of it. So it's like trimmed like on both parts of the helm, like the top part and the sides, and then also like the shoulders and certain other like aspects of it are kind of trimmed with this darker aspect. And as he holds it, you can see there's like this dark, basically like mist that comes off of it. And this armor would be +1 full plate. So I don't know what full plate normally is, but it'd be more than that.
It's 18.
20? Is it 18?
I think it's 18 maybe.
Yeah.
But,
And then there's with shield, it'd
Yeah.
be 20. Yeah.
Yeah, plate's 18.
so this would be an AC of 19. It also gives you advantage on stealth checks.
Advantage.
And it gives everyone attacking you with a melee attack or a ranged attack, so not magical attacks basically, a disadvantage to hit you.
Damn.
Because you sort of have this stealthiness to you.
It's like Eric's old armor.
Wasn't that like made from a displacer beast or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a certain design.
Yeah, that's
R.I.P.
The two of him.
R.I.P. Eric.
Good times.
Rest in peace.
And he says, that'll run you right about 8,000 gold pieces.
How much less to trade in my chain?
7,950 gold pieces.
What a steal! Hey, Bran. I'm gonna pull my satchel open, and I have 2 blue sapphires, 2 emeralds, 4 fire opals, 3 opals, 3 star rubies, 2 star sapphires, and a yellow sapphire.
Oh.
So there it is.
If you need anything from the stash.
I miss Nugget. I
Yeah.
miss Nugget proper.
And indeed, I do, Nugget. But I'm like looking at that, and I'm looking at this armor. I'm completely enamored with it. I'm like, what? I have no idea what those are worth.
Me either. I'm gonna start put a gem up on there.
I'm like, whoa! I like take the pouch and I like starting. I like put one up.
Did you write down their worths?
I was not. I don't think the worths were included in their description.
Gotcha. That could very
Which
well be
makes
the case.
times like these extra special fun.
Okay.
See how organized
All right. I've got it
Logan
all.
really is.
Okay. So let
Also,
me just copy and paste it.
That's-
This is gonna be a disaster.
Okay, what do you need? What do you need? 8,000? Oh, are they all just 1,000?
No, it's two. Wait.
No, I don't. I have the amounts that I have here. I think I might have used some previously. I'm not sure.
I think you may as well, but they're all worth 1,000.
So
Each one or the total group is like it says 2 blue sapphires, 1,000 gold pieces. That's 500 each.
No.
Each.
It's
Each 1,000.
yes, right.
okay, so I'm gonna give you, or do you mind if I start hucking stuff on the counter? Brand's staring at the armor, so I'll just start. I'm gonna start slamming some stones down. I'm gonna give him a blue sapphire, an emerald, 3 fire opals, 2 regular opals,
That's
and a
it?
star
Yeah.
ruby.
When you
No.
put down 7, I'm like, how about these 7 and my chain?
Oh, well, I'd have to find a money exchanger. It's a bit of a pain.
Sir, I have traveled in my days and in the Trexen and Pulscores and the like. All the wealthy people, they don't carry around tons of gold. They carry around gems. It's like an exchange rate, but it's easier to carry. It's the way of the future.
One more gem, and I'll call it even.
I'll huck another star ruby up on top then. Tick, 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 tick.
That will do. Enjoy your new armor.
I am super excited.
Yes, he also gives you a small bottle of armor polish for it. He says, "Oh, do keep it polished, or the enchantment might not work so well. Some
What
of
is
it
the-
is visual,
Sir.
after all." What did you say, Alec?
What's the helmet look like? I always feel like
So it's like basically this like dark silver helmet that goes over the top, and then it also has like a visor that comes down and a part that like clips here, and
nice.
like there's basically 2 lines of like pure black here, and then 2 lines on the top that are black as well. They almost look like stripes on a helmet or something.
Cool. I dig it.
All right, 70, are you also shopping?
Yeah. I want to talk to that wizard guy and Nugget talk to.
Okay. All right, what can I do for you?
You just supplied a service to my friend. I was wondering if you could do something similar for me.
Happy
And
to
I-
do it.
Really?
You've traded
No.
in your shitty armor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I put all of my 3 javelin kits down, like with the reloadable. These have been under par. I was wondering if there's a way to combine them into one awesome weapon.
Oh, a single javelin. It would be possible, but very difficult.
How so?
Well, having 3 enchantments all together is one thing, but having them all activate at one time, it wouldn't be easy, but I could do it.
What would a finished product look like? Would it just be one javelin that can do all 3 effects at once, or would it be something more spectacular?
It seems a bit messy. I was thinking more. Have you ever seen a repeating crossbow?
I think so. I'm not sure. I've seen a
As you
crossbow.
fire a bolt, another one locks in place. I'm thinking a similar mechanism could be used here to fire multiple javelins from a single device, perhaps even within a few seconds.
Really? And I said, how much would something like this cost? $1 million?
Oh no, not 1 million. Probably around, Well, how powerful are enchantments individually? It's a bit more difficult to move them the harder they are.
I'm not sure. They seem very straightforward. One of them just, causes an acid effect. One of them causes a fire effect. One of them causes an ice effect.
But how much damage do they inflict on an opponent?
About 2d12.
Yes, I could probably do it for around 4,000 gold pieces.
And what would it look like? I mean, of course, we've talked about a repeater, but like, how much damage are we talking about?
Well, I think that it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to shoot one off every 2 seconds or so.
Interesting.
There should be 3 around, essentially.
Yeah.
One of each, if you'd like.
That's cool.
That sounds like a good deal.
Oh, right. And he basically fashions something that like hangs off your arm and like fires 3 in rapid succession. And he says it'll be 4,000 gold pieces.
I open my satchel. Like, wait. Give me 1 second. And I turn around and leave.
I'll get to working on it.
Yeah. If I can
Cool.
find him, yeah, I'll give him the resources for sure.
I need the money.
Does do I get my dex bonus on this plate?
No, you still wouldn't get your dexterity bonus.
Okay.
Tony, I'll give you 4 of those rubies. He said 4,000, right?
4,000.
Yeah, so four large rubies worth 1,000 each.
Thank you. I hold the rubies in hand. And I go back to the shop and I say, okay, got my money.
That looks like it'll do. He gives you the repeater that basically like straps on to your arm and fires off. It has like a small thing that you like pull back when you want to fire, and it just boom, 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 like immediately rapid fires 3 of them.
Excellent. And I say, I didn't expect you to take the rubies as they are. You've got a high caliber of business here.
Well, thank you.
No problem. And I leave.
Okay. Anybody else shopping?
I'm so sorry. Very quick, I'm gonna throw an idea out there. Fire retardant sheath for my sword, so I can keep it ignited and not burn myself and others. I'm gonna just yell that out into the marketplace and show gems that I have in my hands. I need it fast. I need it done. Let's do it.
That's very easy to do. 300 gold pieces.
Well, here's the thing.
I have 300 gold pieces. Exactly, in coins that I picked up from the
That's
street
right, yeah.
with Trexin.
Dirty blood money.
The crowd just parts and I appear with my
I have 300 gold. Oh,
I'm Spartacus.
would you be willing to pay for? I could give you a gem back. It's just that change is hard to come by.
I'll drop just 300 gold pieces of coins in front of whatever vendor this is.
That'll work.
Except I can't reach the counter, so it's just on the ground.
Right. He takes your sword to like make all the measurements and quickly fashions you a sheath. It has like, it almost looks like the interior is like a dark brown fur. Apparently it's flame retardant.
Sword. I shove that in
We need to fight something now.
there.
All right. Any more shopping?
I'm okay.
I might actually. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Well, I am just, as I'm looking around, I'm just looking for something that's, very ticky and I'm just keeping an eye peeled. I don't want anything specific, but if I see anything that's, I'm like, oh,
You see a stray dog.
Roll an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Beautiful.
you find a map of Offstarin's weak points.
That'd be so bad. And sell it to Zunia and
I play both sides, so I can always come out on top.
oh my god. Tick Tick is going to sit on the throne at the end of this.
Hey, wouldn't be much worse than the last season of Game of Thrones.
Right.
All I know is that the people who made the last season of Game of Thrones have D&D, people call them, like as for abbreviation. So I've seen a lot of people talk shit about D&D, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And then
See, at first I liked it, but the more I thought about the last season, the less I liked it.
Guess you just have to not think about it, basically.
that's how I felt seeing the new Star Wars movies. I liked them at first, but then the more I thought about them, the more I disliked them.
And really, it's just such a shame because it's the capstone to like such a good series. Like,
What's the best Star Wars movie? Sorry to interrupt. Of the new ones that were made
I
since
like
the original three.
the new since the original three. If we're
Of
talking
all of the Star Wars movies,
Mhm.
not including the original three, which was the best one?
prequels, Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3.
agreed.
I like
mean-
Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh.
You count it though? Like, I don't. I
Are we
don't
talking
know.
like the trilogy
I was
sagas
thinking-
or like the side movies as well? Because
I was
yeah,
thinking
any
I
of 'em.
understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because 1, 2. I thought you meant 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
I'd go
No,
Rogue One. Or I
you
like
can
Solo
include
a
Rogue
lot.
One or Solo too.
I thought Solo was really good.
I liked them all. I'm not super picky. I liked them all. There was things that I was kind of. We could go way off on a tangent here, but I didn't like the way they made Luke into
Yeah.
a whiny, pussified baby.
Did you see his
But-
Twitter thing?
All right, Tick Tick, what did you
Yeah,
want?
I don't think Mark Hamill was real happy with what they had done with Luke either.
No.
I can already tell by looking at the name.
Oh God.
No, what is this?
Oh dear
Amazing.
God.
I
What have we unleashed?
I will walk up to whatever vendor has this. I would like to purchase your small castle, please.
Dude, the instant fortress is so cool.
He says, "Oh, really? I was just trying to get rid of it. I don't know, 100 gold."
I actually don't have any gold pieces anymore.
Just take it.
Ha! No, I would never do that. It's a violation of the trader's ethics.
I'll give you a
Ethics.
I can give you. I can give you this enchanted bow
Really?
on the streets of Betrexen.
Yeah, absolutely. What? Are you sure?
Yes.
Thanks.
Worth it. Okay, that's all.
I want to ask this guy, the same material that was used to make that fireproof sheath, is there anything that he could design for my companions here to make them more resistant to fire, or maybe even completely protected from my spells?
I'm gonna dangle some potions I made at him.
Are those what?
This was a long time ago, and you didn't do it, so I don't expect you to remember. But I made some fire-resistant potions out of some flowers I found, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
in the abyss.
I need to make more potions with those flowers.
So there you go. And so I'm if I don't know what you want, if you want to do anything with them, if you are satisfied with the potions, but just gonna let that.
I just think something that's more passive, so we don't have to think about it and pop a potion each. I want the ability to cast Fireball with my friends standing in the fray and know that I will at least not harm them or greatly reduce the impact. If there's any type of magical thing that can help shape my spells. I don't know. You're the inventor.
Oof. That's gonna be a big ask.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check to see if you find anything that is similar to that.
Where's investigation? Oh my god. Okay, so 23.
23, not bad. Let's see. Yeah, I'll say the best you can do is you could definitely buy like rings of fire resistance for everyone, but that's as close as you could get to full immunity.
Okay. Would they have to attune to these rings?
Let me check. Very well may. Ring of resistance. Yes, does require attunement.
Is anyone completely full on their attunement slots? Everyone is.
Most people are.
Damn. Okay.
I've got one left.
The armor is obviously an attunement slot. If I didn't say that, Bren.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I got 0.
I think
Crap, man.
We're
I
all
think I have
fresh
one
out.
attunement slot. Because my chain weapon is an attunement thing, right?
Yeah.
And the tome of stilled tongues is an attunement.
yes.
That's 2. So I got one more slot. I don't know. Like, how can I improve my character, guys? How can I, like...
I would
Better armor class.
to
I mean, yeah. I mean, my armor class is 13. I'd have to improve it significantly. And it'd have to be something that, like, I can actually, wear. I can't use, like, heavy armor and stuff.
Braces defense.
What's that?
Just classic wizard item. It's just like, let's see, +2 bonus to your AC while wearing no armor and using no shield.
Does it require attunement?
Yeah.
Because my AC would still be like 15, which is better, but I still feel like I'm going to get hit compared to you guys. You know what I mean? Like the monsters that'll be just hitting you will be just fucking smashing me.
But an ion stone.
Yeah, but higher number better, undebatably.
You can also have one of my magic items if you want. It's probably not something, I don't know if it'll interest you. You can have, not the dagger, but either the ring of evasion or the wand of spell nullification.
What's the wand of spell nullification?
It has some charges and it lets you, it's like your
Counter spell or?
No, it's dispel magic and then you can, let me find it.
Is there any magic thing that can give you more spell slots to use, Logan?
Some
yeah.
items let you like cast spells
Yeah.
as
Like a cool robe would be really cool, like some type of cool like wizard robe. Because I think mine's all melted right now.
I think you should get a hat, a big old wizard hat with the like
Yeah.
stars on it and the stereotypical. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah, so a Pearl of Power,
Extra spell slot.
right. You regain 1 expended spell slot. Of 3rd or higher, or 3rd or lower, basically.
Which is kind of lame this late in the game. I wouldn't invest in that. And in this attunement slot.
I mean, if you want the ring of evasion, you can have that too. If you're gonna, because that's not, it doesn't like add to your armor class. It's like if you get caught in a blast, you can just choose to succeed 3 times.
That mixed with just kind of like hanging in the back. There you go.
Well, are you using it, Will, though?
I am attuned to it, but I don't need to be.
I mean, what would you use in place of it? Like, why me instead of you is kind of my thought. Like,
Well,
you're using it.
I have a +5 to dexterity in general. I have max dexterity, so, and I can give myself advantage on rolls and add modifiers to myself and stuff. And
Another item could be like just an amulet of health. It just bumps your constitution score all the way up to 19.
Oof.
So you'd get a significant increase to your total health.
and concentration saves.
That's nice when you're slowing people.
Would it boost my health right now, or would it just boost it every time I level?
It does it retroactively.
Shit, so I'd have to add.
Oh, really?
Yes, so if you increase your constitution modifier, even through like natural like skill improvements or whatever, it retroactively increases your health for all the previous levels.
What?
Mhm.
Because Dan, you just got that necklace in our campaign.
I know.
Like,
that's
literally,
what I was
you
thinking.
just
I'm like,
got it.
oh,
Yeah.
so if I'm level 5 and my con just went up.
Yeah, dude. We should do that for sure.
So you get that retroactively per level for the difference
Yeah, so
and the con modifier?
if your con modifier goes up 1, you'd have
Just
just
plus
1
1.
times your level more.
Nice. I'm super excited now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't realize that. Very cool. I don't know, you guys.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I want that item.
If you want it, go for it. Actually, it makes your con 19.
Yep.
Currently, mine's 14, and that's +2. So
+4.
It would give you 2 additional HP per level, so
like 30 more HP, basically.
Yeah.
Once we hit level 15, we're 28.
28 more hit points and better constitution, which is also useful.
I will straight up buy that. That sounds great.
Okay.
Do you have to wait? So do you have to attune to it, or is it just
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
one
it
use?
requires attunement.
Unless there's anything that would give me more, because I'm kind of a glass cannon. If there's anything that can give me more spell slots other than the one you listed, or
I mean, you could buy like
potions,
a staff or a wand, which would give you a significant amount more spells. But it would have to be like certain spells. It's usually not just spell
it's
slots.
not just like whatever you
necessarily.
want. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you think on it.
Yeah.
We can reconvene here next week, if that works with all you guys.
It does.
Because it is getting late.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I hate to admit, but I am tired.
Same.
My dog's
Me
getting
too.
bitchy.
All right. And with that, I'll see you all next week for some more excitement. Some shopping that episode, but not too bad. Learned about the horrors that happened in the Drexel.
Yeah, dude. Talk about repercussions. Man, I did not
Sucks.
expect that. That's
I'll talk to you guys later.
My
All right.
laughing at it only had to do with the fact that it happened. It wasn't
crazy.
like I was laughing that people died. I was laughing like, oh my goodness. Look
I
at
know.
like the pieces all came together.
Yeah, same.
Yep, no doubt.
Very cool. All right. Good night, guys.
Night.
Right.